we should explore the secure copy command, which is called SCP. If you're interested in reading the man pages for it, you simply do like this, man SCP, and here we can read more about it. I'm going to take you through the basics here. And SCP will copy between Unix-like operating systems, and you can use some tools, I guess, from PuTTY also if you want to copy from Windows. But let's do this from the Unix-like system, which will be most likely will copy between files between. So let's see here. I'm going to open the home directory, and then we can, which one should we take? We can take documents. Here is the path for documents on this client, and this can be good to know. Let's say that I'm working in FreeBSD on a file. Let's say that I have a configuration file here, and I create one called myconf, and then we add some things here. Okay, and now I want to upload this file which I created here, this one, myconf. I want to upload it to the Ubuntu server. And how do we do this then? I want it to arrive here. Then we go to this machine, and what we want to do is to we want to copy from a client to a remote host. So this is done by typing SCP followed by the name of the file, and then the username of the remote computer. And then I need to know the host name or the IP address, so let's find it out. And then it's the same here, ifconfig, the same in Linux then. Here the name is ETH0 on this card, and we have the IP address here, which is the IPv4 one. So let's use that one. And then what we need to do directly here after is to specify the path of the remote host, which is the Linux machine here. So make a colon directly after /path to the machine. I think it was home fluken documents, and let's see to be sure here. Home fluken documents should be right. This should be enough if you just want to copy this over. If I press return now, it stands here that we don't have a connection to the remote machine. Can be that I haven't installed OpenSSH server, so let's do it. On Linux you need to install this because this doesn't come shipped by default. I guess it comes on the server version but not on the desktop one. No, I don't display all the possible is it called OpenSSH server perhaps? Yes, this is the one we need to install. And I need to run it as sudo. Okay, this can be good to know that if you're using Ubuntu desktop that you need to install this. Because the OpenSSH server is already installed on FreeBSD but not on this one. And that server keeps the SSH working. Okay, let's try again. Now we just use the arrow up one time to recall the last command, and then we can press return. Now it seems more correct. Now it's asked if we trust the fingerprint as usual with SSH the first time you connect to a host. Yes, I do it. Now we need to enter the password for the remote machine. And it transferred the file here. Should we see if it arrived here? Amazing, right? We just copied it through the command line. And let's try to change the name of the file. Then, okay, perhaps we should make some analysis first. Secure copy SCP, the file I want to copy, the username at the host, like the machine, then we use colon, followed directly by the path where we want to copy the file to on the remote machine. And in case I want to change the name, I can just continue to make slash and write check this out.txt, and I press return. I need to enter the password for remote machine. Let's see if this worked. It was actually transferring my conf file, but it was renaming it here where it arrived. So that's how you can do. So that's how you copy a file from your machine to another machine, like pushing it to the machine. Should we try to do another thing then, to copy file, to get the file from this machine to a FreeBSD machine? Let's say that I want to create a file here, or add a window here. Let's say that we make this is not the proper HTML file, it's just the heading here. We don't have any body or anything like that. Okay, I've been creating index.html. We can let that be open. And then if we go to a FreeBSD machine, we can simply do like this then. The command will be a bit different now. Instead it will be like this, that it will look something like this. Let's modify it instead. First of all, we can remove the file that we don't have any file to send right now, so we should only have it like this. SCP, the username and the machine. And remember, the username is the user we wish to connect as, followed by the path to the file we want to get. In this case, it will be like this: index.html. And I'm not quite sure if this will pull the file directly to its current location where we're standing right now. In case we are not sure, we can do like this. Okay, this will be a bad example because now my console will split the command because we don't have enough space on the screen. But this is directly after then we make a dot and followed by the forward slash, which means the current directory. I will try this first, see this will work, of course. And it asks for the password. And if I look now in my directory, I downloaded index.html. And let's remove the index.html then. Now I want to try to see if I really needed this file location. Just okay, we needed it actually. I thought it would be default else. So it's where you want the file to appear. If I want to specify like the current path, it looks like this. I'm just going to remove this command and clear the screen. This means the current where we are standing right now. This is of course previous, like one directory backward. And if I don't use like this, I will need to specify the entire path like this. And you will see we get in the index file, removing it, or else I can do as I did before, that I take the current path. Okay, let me make a better example. I'm going to rename the files to make it have lesser characters then. mv index to index. Okay, now we are having it short. The name is shorter. This will be easier to read then, because the file name is like this, and this means the current path. So you can write this down if you want to copy an file to the system, so like from the remote machine to your computer. So that's how you do. So you can see the power, it's really good. We can really use it for good things. Then you will ask, how do I copy an entire directory? Suddenly a directory appeared on my sorry, I cannot speak today. Suddenly a directory appeared on my Linux-like on my Ubuntu machine right now. And I'm going to copy this to my FreeBSD machine, trying to figure it out. And if I want to do that, I think like this, perhaps that, wait a bit, isn't it like this? It was called my dir. And then I think, this should work, because then I pull my directory there and I take the path there, and perhaps I want to do like this to make it look like this, and then try to run it. Okay, password. And then it says not a regular file. And we only need to fix one little thing to be able to copy directories. If we run the same command again, bring it up here, the only thing we need to change, you don't need to have the trailing slash there if you don't want to. It can be like this, but it doesn't matter actually. But the important thing is to use the option R like this. SCP, option R, and then the rest as it was before, and my directory. If I press return now, enter password, it stands here that I just downloaded one file that was inside. But if I look, we can see that my directory, my dir, has been downloaded. And if we look inside that, you can see the file is there also. So that's the only thing you need to do if you want to copy a directory. So that was the simple way of using the SCP. As I said, if you want to read more about it, you can type man SCP, and you get the man pages up, which you can read by moving the arrow keys up and down. And this command is really useful, and I really think it's one of the best commands ever if you want to copy files through machine across the network. Alright, so thank you for watching.